Have you ever looked into your cat's eyes and felt like they were truly trying to tell you something? Maybe you've caught your furry companion staring at you when you were sad, or brushing up against your legs right when you needed comfort the most. These moments often feel more than coincidence. But the big question remains, do cats really understand us? Are they just reacting to our body language? Or is there something deeper happening beneath those whiskers and purrs? Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of feline intelligence and uncovering what science has to say about the mysterious connection between cats and humans. Stay with us, because what you're about to learn might just change the way you see your cat forever. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's completely free and helps us create more heartwarming and informative content just like this. Now, let's unlock the secrets behind your cat's curious little brain. 1. Cats recognize your voice. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence that cats understand us lies in how they respond to our voices. Unlike dogs, who often respond to any human tone, cats are more selective. A 2013 study from the University of Tokyo found that cats could distinguish their owner's voice from that of a stranger, even when the tone and pitch were similar. In the experiment, cats reacted more strongly, through ear twitching, tail flicks, and head movements, when they heard their owner's voice calling them. But here's what's even more interesting. Despite recognizing their owner, most cats did not approach. This might sound like they're ignoring us, but it actually suggests something deeper. Cats understand us, but they also choose how they respond. That decision-making shows a level of cognitive independence. They're not just reacting blindly. They're evaluating whether engaging is worth it. That's a sophisticated thought process. And it starts with knowing who we are and what we mean to them. This selective response may be linked to their evolutionary past. Cats weren't bred for companionship in the same way dogs were. Instead, they chose to live near humans because it benefited them. Over thousands of years, domestic cats developed the ability to interpret human behavior, but always with their own agency. When you speak to your cat, pay attention to the subtle ways they acknowledge you: a slow blink, a twitching ear, or a tail flick. These micro-reactions are signs they're listening and understanding, even if they're not leaping into your arms like a golden retriever. So yes, your cat knows your voice, and they often know what you're saying better than you think. 2. They respond to emotions. Have you ever noticed your cat acting differently when you're sad or stressed? Maybe they come sit beside you, purr a little louder, or even bring you a toy. This isn't just coincidence. Cats are incredibly perceptive to human emotions. A 2019 study published in the journal Animal Cognition revealed that cats can distinguish between different human facial expressions and emotional tones. Researchers found that cats adjusted their behavior based on whether a person was smiling, frowning, or crying. For example, when owners appeared happy, cats were more likely to interact positively, rubbing against them or curling up nearby. But when owners looked angry or upset, cats kept their distance or watched with caution. This emotional sensitivity shows that cats don't just recognize us physically. They're tuned into our mental states. It's especially remarkable because, unlike dogs, cats haven't evolved as cooperative pack animals. Their ability to read human emotions likely stems from individual experiences and deep bonding. Some cats even mimic our moods. If you're anxious or agitated, your cat might pace or act out. If you're calm and content, they're more likely to relax beside you. This mirroring effect suggests a level of empathy, not just instinct. It's also worth noting that cats form stronger emotional bonds with people who are consistent and responsive to them. If you've spent time nurturing your cat, responding to their needs, and building trust, they're more likely to reciprocate emotionally when you need it most. So, the next time you're feeling down and your cat seems unusually affectionate, don't dismiss it as luck. They probably do understand, at least in their own feline way. 3. Cats learn human routines and behaviors. If you've ever noticed your cat waiting by the door before you get home, or staring at you when you forget their feeding time, You already know cats are observant creatures, but they're not just noticing routines. They're learning human behavior and adjusting theirs accordingly. Cats are experts at recognizing patterns. They know what time you get up, when you leave for work, and when you usually feed them. Over time, they use these observations to anticipate your actions. That's not just memory. That's a form of behavioral understanding. In fact, a study published in Nature found that cats have an internal social map. They track where their owners are, even when out of sight. Researchers placed cats in a room and played audio of their owner's voice in a different space. The cats appeared confused, looking around the room as if trying to locate their person. This showed that cats build mental models of our presence, movements, and routines. But it goes deeper. Cats don't just observe, they manipulate. Ever noticed your cat meowing in a certain tone when you're on the phone or working? They learn which sounds and actions get your attention. This kind of social learning requires understanding cause and effect, something scientists once believed cats were incapable of. Moreover, cats often match their routines to yours. If you work late, they might nap until you're home. If you shift your schedule, your cat may adapt, slowly but surely, to the new pattern. This proves that cats are not oblivious to our presence or habits. On the contrary, they're constantly watching, remembering, and adjusting based on what we do. They may not understand every word we say, but they understand us through our patterns. 4. Body language matters, to them and to us. Cats are body language experts, and they expect you to be too. While we use words, cats use a complex system of visual cues to communicate everything from affection to irritation, and they learn to interpret our body language just as carefully. For example, your cat may recognize your walking pace as a sign of mood. A slow shuffle might suggest you're relaxed, an opportunity to jump in your lap. Quick footsteps may signal stress, making them retreat. Even the way you move your hands or hold your shoulders can send messages your cat picks up on. In turn, they expect you to read their cues. A slow blink is a cat's way of saying, "I trust you." A tail held high shows confidence and connection. If you respond with your own slow blink, many cats will blink back, establishing a mutual understanding without a single word. What's even more impressive is that cats often learn to match our gestures. Some will raise a paw in mimicry if you wave. Others learn that sitting calmly next to you brings positive interaction. This level of understanding doesn't happen overnight. It's built through daily observation and trust. Interestingly, cats are also sensitive to your gaze. Unlike dogs, who follow pointing fingers, cats follow eye movement. They know when you're looking at them, and they watch where your eyes go. This helps them track what you're paying attention to and how they should react. So while they might not understand language the way humans do, they absolutely understand physical presence, mood, and non-verbal communication. If you've ever talked to your cat without saying a word, you already know how real that connection feels. 5. They understand consequences. Contrary to the stereotype, cats can be trained, and they understand consequences far better than we often assume. This doesn't mean they'll sit on command like a dog, but it does mean they can associate specific human actions or words with outcomes. Cats quickly learn that shaking a treat bag means food is coming, or that hearing their name usually precedes something pleasant, or occasionally, a vet trip. This isn't just conditioning, it shows a learned understanding of human behavior and consequence. If you scold your cat after scratching the furniture, they may not show guilt, but they remember. You might find them avoiding that behavior in front of you, or scratching only when you're not around. This tells us they understand the consequence in relation to you. Some cats even show signs of revenge behavior, not out of malice, but as a reaction to disruption in routine or unmet expectations. For instance, they may knock items off shelves or block your path to get attention after being ignored. That's strategic thinking tied to your response. Positive reinforcement, such as treats and affection, helps build trust and communication. Over time, your cat learns what pleases you, and what gets ignored. They use this knowledge to adjust their behavior, proving that they're paying close attention to how their actions affect you. Ultimately, understanding cause and effect is a major sign of intelligence, and it's one more way cats show they get us more than we think. So, do cats understand us? The answer is a resounding yes, but in their own unique, feline way. They may not process words the way we do, but they recognize our voices, read our body language, sense our emotions, and adapt to our routines. They form emotional connections, express empathy, and make behavioral decisions based on how we interact with them. Cats are not little humans in fur coats, but they're not emotionless, aloof creatures either. They're somewhere in between intelligent, observant, and deeply tuned into the people they trust. The more we pay attention to them, not just feeding or playing, but really watching and listening, the more we'll see that the bond goes both ways. So the next time your cat curls up beside you, gazes into your eyes, or brushes against your leg after a long day, don't wonder if it's real. Know that, in their quiet, graceful, whisker, twitching way, they absolutely understand you.